This is Bob Capetta, and this lesson is on graphing lines using intercepts. So let's start with the sort of line that we've seen before, y equals 1/3 x minus 6. This is in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So the slope m is 1/3, 1/3, rise 1, run 3. The y-intercept is -6, so it crosses the y-axis at -6. So we know the y-intercept immediately. But I want to go through the process, and we're going to find two intercepts, the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Now, what does that mean? What is the y-intercept? If the x value is 0, what is the corresponding y? What is the x-intercept? If the y value is 0, what is the corresponding x? So those are the two intercepts. We'll graph those 2 points and then construct our line from those 2 points. So I want to let x equal 0, so we're going to plug x equals 0 into this equation. So we'll have y equals 1/3 of 0 minus 6. X is 0, plugged into this equation. Y equals 1/3 of 0 minus 6. So 1/3 of 0 is 0, y is 0 minus 6, y is -6. So when the x value is 0, the corresponding y value is -6. So we have that point. There will be a point on our line. That's only 1 point. To graph a line, I have to have 2 points. So I want to find the x-intercept. This time I'm going to let y equal 0, and we're going to find out what x is. So if y is 0, we'll have 0 equals 1/3 of x minus 6. And then we will solve for x. So again, y is 0, y is 1/3 x minus 6, y is 0, so 0 is 1/3 of x minus 6. Adding 6 to both sides, 6 is 1/3 of x. Multiplying both sides by the reciprocal of 1/3, which is 3/1. 3/1 times 6/1, 18 is 1x, 18 is x. So when y is 0, x is 18. So now I have both intercepts. I have the x-intercept and I have the y-intercept. That will be enough for me to graph the line. So I need to see where is the point 0, -6. Where is the point 18, 0? 0, -6, 0 on x, -6 on y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, -6 down here. 18, 0, x is 18 on the x-axis all the way out to 18, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the y value is 0. So the line will be connecting those two. Yes, the slope is 1/3, rise 1, run 3, which you can see. But when we connect those 2 points, what do we get? We get this line. So indeed, you can see that slope, rise 1, run 3 between these 2 points. But using the 2 intercepts, we get a nice line. And this is a very nice strategy for constructing graphs, especially when we have larger numbers. So this was given to us in slope-intercept form. Most of the time, we're given lines in standard form that look like this. 3x plus 4y is 24. Now, you could convert this to slope-intercept form, but it's not necessary. Frankly, it's simpler to go ahead and find 2 points using the intercepts. So again, our strategy will be to set x equal to 0, find out what the y value is. Set y equal to 0, find out what the x value is. So if the x value is 0, 3 times 0 plus 4y is 24. We want to solve for y. 3 times 0 plus 4y is 24. 0 plus 4y is 24. 4y is 24. Dividing both sides by 4, 24 divided by 4 is 6. So when x is 0, y is 6, that is our y-intercept. So you'll notice we did not have to put that in slope-intercept form to get our y-intercept of 6. Now we want to find the x-intercept. So we're going to plug a 0 in for y. That will be 3x plus 4 times 0 is 24. And then solve for x accordingly. So if y is 0, 3x plus 4 times 0 is 24. 3x plus 0 is 24. 3x is 24. Divide both sides by 3. X is 24 divided by 3. X is 8. So now I have the point 0, 6, which is the y-intercept, and the point 8, 0, which is the x-intercept. We're going to graph those 2 points, and then from those 2 points construct the construct the graph of the line. X is 0, y is 6 would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. X is 8, Y is 0, 8 on the x-axis, 0 on the y-axis. So connecting those two, we'll get the equation of our line. And you'll see that it looks like that. In terms of our slope, in case you're interested, 1, 2, 3, down 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So slope is negative 3/4, but that's not really necessary. You know the y-intercept is 6, that's where it crosses the y-axis. But with the two intercepts, we're able to go ahead and get our graph in fairly straightforward fashion. Okay, next I have 200x minus 500y equals 150,000. When we are doing word problems, mathematics problems in context, oftentimes these numbers get very large and slope-intercept form is not terribly useful. But using intercepts can be. So our process is the same. We're going to let x be 0, find out what y is. Let y be 0, find out what x is. Once we have those 2 points, we'll go ahead and construct the equation of the line. All right. So if x is 0, 200 times 0 minus 500y equals 150,000. 200 times 0 minus 500y equals 150,000. 200 times 0 is 0. Minus 500y is 150,000. 0 minus 500y, negative 500y is 150,000. Then divide both sides by negative 500. Negative 500y divided by negative 500 is just y. 150,000 divided by negative 500 is negative 300. Remember, a positive divided by a negative is a negative. So when x is 0, y is negative 300. That is the y-intercept. To find the x-intercept, I'm going to plug 0 in for y and then solve for x. It'll be 200x minus 500 times y equals 150,000. Plugging y equals 0 in, 200x minus 500 times 0 equals 150,000. 200x minus 0 is 150,000. 200x is 150,000. Divide both sides by 200. 200x divided by 200 is 1x. 150,000 divided by 200 is 750. So we have x is 750 when y is 0. That is the x-intercept. X is 0 and y is 300. That is the y-intercept. So we have the x-intercept and the y-intercept, 2 points on our graph. Let's take a look at what that line will look like. X is 0, y is 300. Notice my scale, I'm going 100 each time, down 100, down 200, down 300. So x is 0, y is negative 300 down here. X is 750, y is 0, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 750. X is 750 there. So the line will connect those 2 points. So to construct the equation of the line, 200x minus 500y equals 150,000. Connect those 2 points. What will that look like? Will look like that. Okay, we'll finish up this lesson with an inequality, also with large numbers. So I want 100x plus 400y to be less than or equal to 24,000. So the first thing I want to do is I want to graph the equation. 100x plus 400y equals 24,000. So we're going to do that using our intercepts. So if x is 0, what is y? If y is 0, what is x, to get the equation? Once I have the equation, then I'll test points to see which way to shade. So if x is 0, we're going to plug in 0 for x. 100 times 0 plus 400y equals 24,000. So 400y is 24,000. Dividing by 400, 24,000 divided by 400 is 60. So when x is 0, y is 60. Then we want to find the x-intercept. So if I plug in the 0 for y, what will the x value be? So 100x plus 400 times 0 equals 24,000. Y is 0 this time. So 100x plus 400 times 0 equals 24,000. 100x plus 0 is 24,000. 100x is 24,000 divided by 100, and of course we get x is 240. So the 2 points I have for my equation are x is 0, y is 60, that is the y-intercept, the point 0, 60. X is 240, y is 0, that is the x-intercept. we have those 2 points. That's enough for me to construct the line. So let's see what that looks like. X is 0, Y is 60, 25, 50, 60, around there. X is 240, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 240 is over here. So the line will be for 100x plus 400y equals 24,000 will be between these 2 points. So we'll see what that looks like. Now that was the equation. That was the equation. But I want to graph the inequality, so I've got to decide where to shade. So right now I have 100x plus 400y less equal 24,000. So I've got to pick a point south of this line or below this line. I'm going to choose 0, 0. And I've got to choose some kind of a point above the line to check that as well. And you'll see the one I chose was 0, 75. So 0, 0 is down here, 0, 75 is up here. One is south of the tracks, one is north of the tracks. So I need to see which way to shade. So I'll plug those points into this equation. If it's true, I'll shade on that side. If it's not true, I will not shade on that side. You'll notice it's less than or equal to, that gives us a solid line. If it were less than, it would be a dotted line. So let's plug in 0, 0, and let's see how that behaves. 100 times 0 plus 400 times 0, is that less equal to 24,000? 100 times 0 is 0, 400 times 0 is 0. Is that less equal to 24,000? Is 0 less equal to 24,000? It sure is. That's true. So the 0, 0 point is on the true side. So when we're finished, we should shade on the side that has 0, 0. To check, I'd like to try numbers on each side. So I'll also try 0, 75, a point on the north side of this line. Although any point could have worked. You have a whole bunch you could choose from on the north side. On the south side, 0, 0 is always the easiest one to choose. Again, I chose 0, 75 here. So if x is 0 and y is 75, 100 times 0 plus 400 times 75, is that less than or equal to 24,000? 100 times 0 is 0. 400 times 75 is 30,000. If I add those together, is that less than 24,000? Is 30,000 less equal to 24,000? It is not. That's false. So the 0, 0 was a true value. The 0, 75 was a false value. So which way am I going to shade? I'm going to shade on the side that's true. I'm going to shade south of the tracks. My answer will be everything below the line, everything south of the line for 100x plus 400y less equal to 24,000. And that will conclude this lesson.